for the 7 years of famine. And indeed, the dream came true, and only Egypt was saved from that great famine which killed millions, according to biblical accounts. Modern day story natin would be our country. We have the potential of producing so much rice. We have the area, we have the technology, but we were overwhelmed by the quick fix mindset. Na pag may problema, bili mo lang sa labas. Ba't ka mamutan mo ng kamatis? Ang hirap-hirap ang tanim. May
Yun, tama.
Import na lang tayo. But look at what happened right now. We import the rice on the premise that by importing rice, the price of rice in the market will go down. It did not, because when you rely on importation for your food supplies, you will be at the mercy of the traders who import the food.
Tama.
So, the important message I would like to convey to young people is this: when you plant, you're not just planting, you're helping build the nation. You're ensuring the survival of the next generation. And as I've said, agriculture is the foundation of an inclusive economic development. Yung mga maliit na bansa na reliant on importation, okay lang, marami silang pera. Pero tayo. And secondly, if you want to get involved with agriculture, make sure that you enjoy it, because that is what matters most. It should be the thing that would encourage you to wake up to a new morning and see whether your plants are flowering or not. It is something that actually maraming mga farmers ang long life, because they simply look towards a new day, wanting to know whether yung kahoy na tumubo o namunga. And I know one, si Onesto Kabakungan, na makilala, the retired teacher na kaibigan ng tatay ko. At a ripe age of 90 plus, he was still planting trees. And when he was asked, sir, paano pakinabangan yan? Baka hindi mo na pakinabangan yan. Sabi niya, hindi lang naman para sa akin to, para sa mga apo ko to. So, intergenerational yung agriculture.